Oh boys, ladies and gentlemen, some new MrBeast information has came out, and this is my reaction to the new MrBeast information. You just shut the f up already! Shut up! Shut us up! So Dogpack had dropped a new video the other night, and this is a shorter video. This is just a small piece of what we're gonna get for part 3 of him exposing the SA accounts, or like the multiple accounts of SA, allegedly, of course, that was going around the MrBeast industrial complex. This video focuses more on 2 people. It's like this guy named James Warren and Lacoya Hill. Yeah, Lacoya Hill, I don't know, like this weird ass fucking name. These 2 really are just a part of like the background. They're like producers and everything, and they're really shady people, and James Warren has been a part of some shady business. Let's just get into him first.
James Warren is the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate investment firm called Greenstone Ventures LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment of his former business partner, Joshua Hutchins, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for running a real estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
So before working at MrBeast, James Warren was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts of this case. This is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins. I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement-age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, "I came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm." The chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate agent. He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record and how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. My trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial. Many of us entrusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just $1.3+ million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts. So Hutchins was convicted for soliciting investment monies by telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses.
So he just took their money, didn't invest in any of the properties that he said that he was going to invest in, and used the money on different shit outside of what they had agreed on. So this guy is a complete scammer. And then Dogpack continues on with this guy.
Now, what kind of personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a domestic violence order of protection against him. He's accused of calling his wife a lying rat and sending menacing photos of himself in tactical gear in the woods to her friends and family. James Warren, the then realtor who recommended me to Hutchins, also encouraged us to work with Mr. Hutchins on trying to make it work, and we did until it became very evident as to his apparent intent of complete fraud.
James Warren and then his cousin, and this guy works with MrBeast. He's like behind the scenes working with MrBeast.
Now, can I claim definitively that James Warren was aware of the fraud that was taking place and willingly complicit
he was in the
helping
background
Mr.
watching
Hutchins
it, but
defraud old ladies? No, but from what I've heard of James Warren's character, how he's hit ex-girlfriends, not let them leave the house, beat his dog, defrauded people in his own ways. Creative Juice is an interesting one that could be looked into, which was done with MrBeast, as well as another scheme that we'll get into that he conducted with Lacoya Hill.
Okay, yeah, so this man, James Warren, has done business with Jimmy here. Just based off his past history, yeah, he's a really shady guy that you shouldn't really be messing around with. You know what I mean? Messing around with and or be hanging around with and or do business with. So that's James Warren right there, ladies and gentlemen. Like that crazy old silly guy, you know? Anyways, let's move on to his best buddy here. It's his name is Lacoya, and Dogpack here claims that he runs an adult entertainment company, and then he's also a producer that works with MrBeast, which MrBeast's main audience is children. So
now on to his alleged best friend, Lacoya Hill.
His alleged Lacoya Hill.
They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together. And they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, Lacoya Hill was running an adult entertainment event.
This picture is And yo, what is going on here? I might have to censor this, cause listen, Dogpack, you can risk it, but I'm not gonna risk this, cause what the hell? Why would you put this picture in here?
In San Francisco called Lacoya Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to MrBeast as a producer.
And then like this man is right there in the background too. This man right here, he runs an adult entertainment business out of San Francisco. Why would you hire this guy who is running?
In late 2021, he was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now I put fired in quotation marks because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company. Proof that he used the Lacoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to him, links to these photos. He was actually brought back to MrBeast in 2023 after sexually assaulting his assistant prior and promoted to Chief Financial Officer, which is how I personally was introduced to him. Testimony from former MrBeast employees talking about Lacoya Hill. This person is especially credible in my opinion. I asked them, did you see or hear of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. Lacoya Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant named victim's name. I heard Lacoya acted very inappropriately with victim, booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having victim come to his house and showing him his sex toy collection. Just in general, Lacoya made victim uncomfortable. Victim started complaining to higher-ups and a report got written. Lacoya was put on paid leave for like a month. Then MrBeast moved him to the dubbing company and he was hired back in 2023 and was promoted to COO, even though Jimmy, James, and Sue 100% know his history. Also, I heard that when victim was let go, he was given $30,000 in severance.
Yeah, so this is all alleged, of course. I mean, you know, this is just a secondhand story. Of course, you know, I mean, this is just rumor chatter, of course. But, I mean, like, damn, like, you would just invite your assistant to hotel rooms with just one bed. Dude, I would leave. I would just quit. I don't know what position that assistant was in, but I would quit that right then and there. I'm not working as your assistant. The fuck the matter with you, Lacoya? Holy shit, bro! Like, some people just need to stand up for themselves. And then so MrBeast decided to move him to another company and then bring him back again, even though that like he just knows what he did. Allegedly, of course. I don't know for sure.
Verified employee number 2. Asked them the same question, have you heard of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. I don't know how to spell their name, but Lacoya, something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. I respond Lacoya Hill. They say the reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, Lacoya Hill. But they brought him back knowing he had sexually harassed an employee previously. And people often talk about Lacoya making them very uncomfortable on shoots.
I don't really know what makes Lacoya Hill so special here that Jimmy is just okay with having him on here. I don't understand. Like, why can't you just fire him? I don't get it. Like, why is he so special, Jimmy? I need answers, Jimmy.
Have you heard of anything about Lacoya Hill? They respond, the old gay guy who likes to bang 18-year-old straight employees. Yeah, I've heard of him. Anything non-consensual to your knowledge? I heard he got in trouble for hooking up with his 18-year-old straight assistant, but the company kept it quiet from what I heard. He's a producer and worked in the adult entertainment before MrBeast. Yeah, Lacoya Hill Entertainment. I heard he was fired for sexual harassment, then brought back a year later. That's what I heard too. Employee number 4. Do you know who Lacoya Hill is? Yes. And you're aware of the case that has been covered up for some time. Explain. Essayed multiple people, apparently roofied multiple people as well.
The NDAs that MrBeast got is putting in overtime if you have these many employees speaking about like an open secret that's going on over there like at the office. Man, them NDAs is putting in work. I'll tell you what, damn.
Verified employee number 5. Also say this person is especially
and like they're all talking about the same exact story too.
Okay, few things. Lacoya sexually assaulted his assistant who was straight and Lacoya was gay. You probably already know that. But James is best friends with him, so holy shit was that surprising that they kept him around way longer than they should have.
Jimmy is best friends with them? Excuse me?
There were reports of him making the assistant sleep in the same room / bed with him on trips, touching him inappropriately.
I don't understand why that assistant just didn't quit. Again, I'm just saying.
And dangling his job in front of him.
Okay, yeah, dude, like, number 6, employee number 6. How many fucking more do we have? Yeah, so that's like the last piece of evidence here. So basically, he figures out that Lacoya Hill is actually still working there secretly, you know, through like the LinkedIn shit, and like he figured out that, yeah, so MrBeast had announced that Lacoya Hill was let go of the company, but no, he's still there working with them, apparently. I think. I don't really know for sure, but hey, man, this is all just alleged, like, at the the end of the day. This is from Dogpack. This is from from like secondhand sources here. So who knows what's truly going on there at the MrBeast Industrial Complex. But what I do know is that I'm sick and fucking tired I keep on hiccuping. I'm sick and tired of hearing about this MrBeast shit already. You know, the catalyst was Nick Merckx just talking about Ava Chris Tyson, and then everything else after that, whatever. Some documentary channel is gonna make a video on it just talking about this whole situation here. But hey, guys, fellas, ladies and gents, man, if you're sick and tired of hearing about this shit already, it's not over, because Dogpack is gonna come out with part 3. Even still, like, at the end of the day, I mean, is it really gonna stop MrBeast? If like a Jimmy or MrBeast, if he continues on sending Dogpack cease and desist, and talking to Jake Weddle about and like he's kind of like a self-admission that he did do something wrong when dealing with Jake Weddle. I mean, if he keeps on talking out, I mean, it's like really, like, at this point, I think if he just shuts up and like just lets the lawyers deal with shit, I don't think anything is gonna happen to his company, or like his audience is just like so young to the point that I don't even think that they would even truly understand on what's even going on. So I mean, he's probably really good at hiding stuff and everything. He has some good lawyers. I mean, he has money, so well, whatever, and we won't even know the 100% truth, like, at the end of the day. But hey, I'm done yapping. Just like and subscribe on the channel. I'll see you later.